There are 4 components to every effective fitness program: training, nutrition, recovery, and tracking data. And the laziest way of getting into the best shape of your life is giving all 4 of these components the attention that they deserve. By nailing all 4 of these aspects and building a system that works, you will make more muscle building and fat loss progress in months than most guys will in years. I'm a fitness and nutrition coach, and manipulating these 4 variables is exactly what I do for my clients to get them the best possible results. Dan lost 25 pounds in 3 months. Tudge went from skinny fat to filling out his chest and arms and having a shredded 6-pack. Charlie has lost 10 pounds in the last 2 months. And Warren is looking as jacked as ever at the age of 55. Not to mention, I myself managed to transform my body from skinny to lean and jacked using this method. In this video, I'm going to teach you exactly what a fitness coach does so that you can coach yourself. And the irony of using candy as a metaphor for how to teach you to get into better shape isn't lost on me. So good. Over my years in the coaching space, I've realized that a lot of guys are extremely frustrated that they aren't making muscle building or fat loss progress. And here are some of the most common patterns that I see from most guys, and you probably fall into one of these categories. The weekend warrior. These guys are hustling stupidly hard in their professional lives during the week. Deadlines, managing teams, difficult bosses, and often a young family at home. Their life is a whirlwind of meetings, convenience store, and takeout foods. So on the weekend, they're doing a 5K first thing on Saturday morning, and every weekend they're getting stuck into the gym for 2-hour workouts, doing like 12 exercises in a workout to make up for the training that they didn't do during the week. This results in very haphazard nutrition, not great recovery, and basically 0 data tracked. The science-based nerd. Your nutrition is perfect. Every single calorie accounted for, every single protein target hit every single day. You get 8 hours of sleep every single night, and make sure your sleep score is high, and you track every single morsel of food you eat and every single rep you do in the gym. The problem that these guys face is they never train hard enough to send a really good muscle building stimulus to their bodies. You can have immaculate nutrition, recovery, and data tracking. But if you stop every set the moment your form breaks down a tiny bit, you're never gonna get into amazing shape. The Blackpilled Guy. You've been consistent in the gym for multiple years. Come rain or shine, you're getting stuck in. You're training 4 to 5 days a week, every week. The problem is you won't even touch a bench press if it's not 2 plates a side, even if that just means you only get 2 or 3 dodgy reps. You're not as strong as you were in high school, but you refuse to accept defeat. You don't mind if your form breaks down and you're bouncing the bar off your sternum, as long as it's 2 plates a side. Your diet is pretty high in protein, and often your recovery is actually quite good, but you're basically not tracking any data. You're only training and eating on vibes, and you're convinced that simply showing up to the gym should be enough to make impressive progress. But because your nutrition, recovery, and tracking data isn't really where it needs to be, you still look a little bit soft. Fat jacked. You're knowledgeable, dedicated, consistent. You have a pretty good grasp of how your lifts are progressing, and your recovery is great because you've never said no to a second helping of dessert. Your issue is that you eat everything in sight. You definitely get enough protein in, but you're eating enough calories every day to feed a family of 4. The first and most important aspect of this whole process is tracking data. Because if we're not tracking any data, we have absolutely no idea if we're making progress. So here's the data that a coach would track in order to make sure that you're making progress. Daily weigh-ins, strength in the gym, macros, and progress photos. This might sound like a lot, but it's actually very straightforward. Daily weigh-ins are important to see a trend over time. If you're looking to prioritize building muscle, are you gaining weight over time? If you're looking to prioritize losing fat, are you losing weight over time? If you're looking to recomp, build muscle, and lose fat at the same time, your body weight should be more or less the same. In terms of tracking strength in the gym, there's a lot of free apps that you can download. Use one of their built-in programs or design your own. Make sure that you're hitting every single muscle group at least twice a week, and make sure that you're adding at least a rep or some weight to your lifts every session. In terms of macros, you want to make sure that you're eating enough protein and nutrients to serve your goal. In an app like MyFitnessPal or MacroFactor, I know both of these apps have a free trial period, and I'll go into more detail on this during the nutrition section. Progress photos are actually very useful if you're coaching yourself. These should be unflattering, first thing in the morning, once a week, one from the back, one from the front, and one from the side. What most guys do They look at the gym and see what's available, and then they sort of do whatever lift is available. Every workout is completely different, and they have no idea if they're progressing or not. Following a program and focusing on getting stronger and more efficient at the same lift is a cheat code to start to build muscle efficiently. And filming is a way of knowing that you're pushing yourself hard enough. What you're looking for in these videos is the rep speed slowing down at the end of a set. Often reps feel harder than they look, which means you probably could have pushed yourself quite a lot harder than you think you could have. If you watch a set back and see that the reps didn't really slow down before you racked the weight, then you didn't push yourself hard enough. You need to add reps or you need to add weight. And a secret that many coaches are too afraid to admit is that the training plan itself matters a lot less than you think. Most training plans are more than adequate for most people to make amazing progress in the gym. It's less about the training plan and more about the training intensity and the training quality. If you can dial in your intensity and your quality, you will start to build muscle very efficiently, adding slabs of beef onto your frame. In order to immediately level up our nutrition, we need to learn the calorie and macronutrient content of foods. You also need to know how much to eat for your specific goals, muscle building, fat loss, or both. The first step, as I mentioned, is to download a macro tracking app like MyFitnessPal or MacroFactor. Then for a week, you're going to track what you're already eating. Just eat as you normally would and just track everything that you eat. Then the calories averaged over these 7 days will be your daily maintenance calories. This 1 week of tracking method and then getting the average of all of the days is a way more accurate measure than using an online calculator because it adapts for your current metabolism and your current energy expenditure. Then for a period of months, you're going to focus on tracking macros about 5 to 6 days a week and focusing on eating at least 150 grams of protein, if not slightly more, and the remainder of your calories can come from fats and carbohydrates. As I said, tracking 5 to 6 days a week is more than enough to see really amazing results in terms of physique progress. So get out the kitchen scale, weigh your ingredients, become best friends with your air fryer and your frying pan, and see your body pretty quickly start to change. Last but not least, we need to talk about recovery. A huge part of your recovery will come from your nutrition, eating enough proteins, fats, and carbs. But once you've nailed your nutrition, the next best thing you can do to make sure you're recovering from the gym and making progress in terms of muscle building and fat loss is to really dial in your sleep. Lack of sleep results in dips in testosterone and peaks in cortisol. Not sleeping well or not sleeping enough is just about the worst thing you can do for physique results. Don't be that guy who's really dialed in with training and nutrition but only sleeps 5 hours a night. You will simply never be as jacked as you could be. Other factors that will help with recovery are making sure that you're eating enough carbohydrates, probably about 50% of your calories, and making sure that you have at least 2 rest days a week, if not 3. Supplementing with electrolytes can help, and also making sure that you get like 7 to 10,000 steps a day can help your muscles recover and feel a little bit more loose. So guys, if you stick to the same workout plan, make sure your nutrition is dialed in, focus on recovery, and track all of this data over about 6 months, you will make the same muscle building and fat loss progress in half a year that most guys would take multiple years to make. If you want to work directly with me to get into the best shape of your life, the applications for one-on-one coaching are in the description of this video. Otherwise, if you got value from this video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and check out this video next, which teaches you exactly what you need to do if you're skinny fat.